I got one of my guys right here. I've known this
Yeah,
man for a very long time in the game.
a fact.
It's safe to say he run Philly.
That's a
That's like,
fact.
that's he run Philly, but this man really has became a staple in the entire battle rap culture. Stizz, what up, my nigga?
What up, man? That's love. Listen, man. First and foremost, man, it's funny because I think I was talking to Restore Order podcast. I was talking to somebody, but I always like whenever I get the chance, man. I always give you like your flowers, like whether you know it or not.
Oh
And I
man.
tell people, man, I remember I think my second event ever, and then you invited me up to New York, and you probably don't remember. I don't know if you do. And you invited me up to New York. I came with Kaboom, and I only had like two events. Nobody even knew about it yet. I didn't even know too much about the battle rap world as far as like all the media and how it goes. And I remember, man, you had a big event. I think it was the event where you had classic Jones. It was
It was one at it was definitely at Drum.
yeah. I think Daylight Battle, Ill Will that card, DNA Battle, some I
Pearly
think Young
Gates.
Big Candidate. Yeah. So man, you called me on stage in
And
the
I said,
middle of the event.
okay, go ahead, go ahead.
You called me on stage. You said, "Listen, y'all, I got my guy all the way from Philly. He got a battle league. I'm gonna let him talk about it, bro." That was big for me.
My nigga, my nigga,
No,
my
like
nigga.
really, bro. But I will remember that forever. That was big for me, bro.
You want to know what's so funny? You say that you tested me if I remember that. I'm gonna take that memory even further. I fucked up the way that I called you unknowingly because I knew you before you knew me. So when I was on the
Right, right.
microphone, I didn't see you in the crowd, and I was like, "Yo, where my ape gang niggas at?" Right? I was like,
Oh,
"Where
you
my
know
ape
the
gang?"
history.
Yeah. I was like, "Where my ape
Yeah.
gang niggas at?" And you came on stage, and you was like, "Yo, we not really rapping like that anymore lately." But I was
Right.
like, "Oh, my bad. I don't know. I fuck with y'all. I follow y'all. You know what I'm saying? You, Preem, Ready. You know what I'm saying? Like."
Garci. That's a
Garcia, shout out
fact.
to Garcia, like real shit, real shit. But nah, man, we've been rocking and supporting each other for a long time. And
Yeah.
I see you started announcing the call. I mean, you set off by announcing one of the biggest grudge matches of the
Yeah.
entire year, easily, and just
Right,
in
right,
general,
my
one that
man.
we've been waiting for years. And hopefully we get somebody from your main event to join us in a couple. But you also
Yes,
just
sir.
started announcing matchup after matchup after matchup, and it's called Frenemies, huh?
Frenemies, yeah,
I want to hear
frenemies,
about
man.
what's the date? What's the date on that? What's the date on that?
All right, so it's Frenemies is December 9th, and it's at the TLA. This is our biggest card that we ever had as far as the venue
Dope.
and everything. And it's on a Friday. People don't have events on Fridays, so we wanted to secure
Y'all
that, have
switching
it
it
on a
up.
Friday. Yeah, you know
Okay,
what I'm saying?
okay,
We didn't want
okay.
to do a Saturday or Sunday. We want to do a Friday night. So it's gonna give us that real feel, like you know what I mean?
Oh, night event.
Yeah, doors open
Night
up at
event.
5. Doors open up at 5. We're gonna start at like 7 p.m. So we're gonna rock like until the doors fall off. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be a movie in there. It's gonna a
Bro,
night
yes.
event. It's gonna be a movie in there. Everybody's off of work. Everybody's
Yes.
ready to start their weekend. They in there. They gonna
Yeah.
flood your shit.
That's a fact, bro.
They gonna flood
That's
your
a
shit.
fact.
That's dope. So what made you call it frenemies?
All right, so it's funny because me and my partner, shout out to Rick Danes. I'm not sure y'all familiar with Rick Danes, but he also runs hip hop since 1987. That's like one of the biggest websites in
Yeah,
Philadelphia.
shout out to
He
him.
so we was talking. So with us, we always like sit down, like, all right, what makes sense, like for the main event that we book and et cetera, et cetera. So I'm sitting there trying to come up with names. He tried to come up with a name, and he called me one day. He said, "Stizz." I said, "Yo," he said, "Frenemies." I said, "Ew." So I ain't even like, what I'm saying, like. I ain't go against it, nothing. Like normally we try to brainstorm, but I was like, bro, that's the one. Let's get it. And like that's how we came up with the name.
Now, are there? We could definitely say frenemies for like Bill and Raw. Are there other
Right.
matchups that got any of that type of energy in there? That's on the
Yeah, we
card.
got we got Big T versus Eazy the Block Captain as well. So that's like they not enemies, they not cool, but with them it's like a love hate thing. Like you know what I'm saying? It's like a
That
brother
fits.
love
That
hate thing.
that fits.
Yeah, yeah.
That
So
fits.
like we
That
want to
fits.
name that frenemies, yeah.
That's the second announcement you did.
Yeah, the second announcement we did was Easy the Block Captain versus Big T. and then the
Wait,
third.
hold on. Nah.
Okay.
We gotta stay there for a second. We ain't skipping over no Eazy The Block versus Big T.
That's a fact. That's a
We ain't
fact.
skipping over that. So Big T is having a very solid year for himself.
Yeah.
Eazy has become one of the hottest battlers in the game, one of the most
Fact.
sought after battlers in the game. I see people like Murder Mook that'll battle him.
Yeah.
Hitman will battle him.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell you how I know that. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And Eazy's had a lot of big battles pretty fast. He's made a name for himself.
Oh yeah.
How'd you put a battle like that together, man?
All right. So with Eazy, all right. So with Big T versus Eazy, like so me and Eazy got a good relationship with each other. And you know, like we got a very good mutual friend who I call my brother as well. His name is Muslim Poppy and High. So we had an event called Rookies versus Vets. And literally in the middle of the event, Muslim Poppy showed me the phone and he says, look, and it's a text from Eazy. He said, yo, I know you're next to Stizz. Tell him I need to be on his Frenemies card. Me and Big T, what's up? So I went home. I called Eazy that night. We talked. I called Big T. We talked. And here you go, man. You got Eazy The Block Captain versus Big T.
Dope. That from a league owner to a league owner, you want to know what was so dope about that and how that happens in the culture. It sounds like that's what happened with you just now. But when you put out like a main event, like Bill Collector versus Raw, other battlers start hitting you up like, yo, I need parts. Like
that's how it goes. Because when we announced Big T versus Eazy, bro, more and more start calling. I'm like, okay, you know how it goes, man.
That's how it go. As how that shit go. But
all the battles don't even be booked until you know what I'm saying.
You don't have to sometimes. Sometimes you
could.
Let me put this out there. You know what I'm saying? You don't. Sometimes it's old school to like complete the whole card and then. Yeah, I mean, you could lock in 1 or 2 battles, put it out there, see what's going. You could do that
It'll
now.
Fall
you know what
right
I'm saying?
Together.
Yeah, it'll
right
do that. It'll do that now. You could definitely approach cards like that. So, all right. So you got Big T and Eazy The Block going along with this crazy main event of Rosenberg Raw versus Bill Collector, a grudge match. What's the third one on the card?
Jaz The Rapper versus Shiest Raw.
I gotta cut in. I gotta cut in right there. You know how lucky you are. Let me ask you this first. When did you lock this battle in?
Okay, so all right.
You locked it in before homecoming.
Right after homecoming. So before homecoming, I was talking to Jaz. You know what I'm saying? We was you know, she hit Eazy. It was like, yo, I want to be on this card. This card is nice. Like I want to battle on another league. You know, that's that's the core Philly. So I was like, bet. So me and Jaz, while I'm talking, she just was like, you know, she like what we're doing. She thinks it's a very dope card. She's interested. She was like, when we had announced Bill and Rosenberg, she was very interested. Then when we announced Eazy and Big T, it just like captivated her for her. So we talked,
and we just said that, and so it happened for the third. Yeah.
Yeah. So she was like, you know, she had a couple agendas on her list as far as, you know, Woman of the Year. And, you know, she wanted to battle on a Philly league that's based in Philly. So it just was like, it just worked out. And, you know, she don't battle on other leagues, really.
Nah. She don't battle that much, period.
Yes. So that was dope of her. Like, you know what I mean? That was very dope. And after that performance.
That's where I was going. I was saying you lucky because you got Jaz coming off of such a wild performance versus Vixen. You know what I'm saying? Because if you in our shoes, the fans will be knowing, especially whether we in negotiations, we in talks, or the battles locked in. When some of these battlers got matches before our shit, we be watching like this, like what's gonna happen?
Like, yo, I hope that will get 3-0. I hope that will choke. That shit fucks up our money, believe it or not. That shit fucks it up.
Even with Raw, me and Raw was talking about the last card, and we kind of got to the point where we're just like, you know what, like let's just hold off. You got the Bill shit happening. You know what I'm saying? Like let's that's the focus right now. Like focus on the Bill.
And I appreciate that too, man. I appreciate that because a lot of people be like, man, just fucking come on, let's get this in. Like let's try to, you know what I'm saying? So just even that thought of consideration, like that means a lot. Like honestly,
I definitely appreciate when the platform owners can consider each other. Now I understand, you know, business is business, and you know I don't pay none of your bills. You know what I'm saying? So you got to make your moves regardless of what RBE is doing and vice versa. But it's still dope when the league owners at least consider each other, whether we know it or not. And there's also a side of it where we don't even necessarily know what you got going on. You might got something going on that crosses with me, and neither one of our shit is public yet. So you know what
Yup.
helps
Yup.
us there is you gotta have your contracts like that. Like I'll say, like, you gotta
Yup.
disclose what you got going on to me. You know what I'm saying? And then
Mhm.
I'll be like, all
It's
right,
a
this is
fact.
where I had that with 40 bars. You know what I'm saying? Like 40 bars, she had one joint locked in before her Ill Will battle. We signed off on that. Then she got locked in after that for Chrome 23. Now, technically, that wasn't in
Mhm.
our agreement, but I fell
Right.
back and I just put the trust on her, like yo, handle your bit. When you get to Will, hold me
Yeah.
down. Like, you know what I'm
And she
saying?
did that. And she
Yeah,
did
she
that.
did. She did. She
That
did.
dude, that's the dope thing about it. So for me looking at it, like from the outside looking, I look at it like, oh, she really took that ill will. Like that was her
Yeah.
focus. That was
Yeah.
her focus right there. No matter what happened in the Chrome 23 event or whatever, that ill will, your event, was her focus, and that was like that
Yeah,
shows it.
though. Yeah, we all just try to cover each other. But yeah, I don't want to lose focus, man. My shit is in the past. My shit is over. You know, battle rap move like this, it move fast. Ain't nobody talk
No,
about
man,
my
but
shit by
listen,
this
man.
weekend. It's over.
No, but you the GOAT, man. Like you really a legend in this culture, man. So you know, like
My
any
nigga, thank you,
when it
thank
comes
you.
to talking about your brand or your events, man, I'll be with all that. Like you know what I'm
I
saying, bro?
appreciate you.
Honestly,
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you. But let me stay with the legend in the making. All right. All right.
my man.
All
Thank
right.
you.
All right. Let's stay with that. So your
Let's
lucky
get it.
ass got Jazz coming off of.
Mhm.
You know what? I could say that Jazz just had one of the best overall performances of 2022.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could say
Yes.
that. I could say that. And who she got
That's
again?
a fact. She got Shiest Raw, you know, a known female
Ooh.
vet from Philly who's been around for a while. You know what I'm saying?
Sh-
And
Three
with Shiest, I
rounds?
told her
Three
three
rounds?
rounds. Yep, 3 rounds.
Shice, this is a big opportunity, Shice. Do your
She know. I
numbers.
told her, yo,
Do your
yes,
numbers.
facts, facts. She better act like she know, man.
Okay.
But I
All
got
right.
faith in her. I got real faith in her.
Yeah, when some of these artists are getting big looks like that, like Jazz is a goat.
Yeah,
Jazz is a goat.
yeah,
When you get to battle to some of these legends, some of these top tiers, some of these goats, some of these Mount Rushmores, you got to cash in. You got to cash
yeah.
in, Shice. You got to cash in.
Can't
You
play
know
with
you
it.
got announced as an underdog right now, so you got to cash in.
That's a fact. And even when we announced it, a lot of people, you know, jazz, 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 jazz. But like you
Yeah,
said, with Shiest, it's now or never. You know, she's
yeah,
been around for long enough. Now it's like, all right. Because think about it, if Shiest is great with Jazz, if she beats her or have a debatable or a classic or just a good battle, period, it's a lot of great opportunities that's going to open for her. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah. You don't have to win your battle. You just can't get
Yeah.
killed, and the fans have to walk away saying, "I fuck with that." Everybody
Yeah,
says
that's a
they
fact.
fuck with Luke Castro's performance versus Charlie Clips, but everybody knows that Charlie Clips won. It's fine. You could take a L like that. You just can't get
Yeah.
in there and get dragged at a moment like this. You know what I'm saying? You can't get
No,
dragged.
especially
Can't get
when it's
dragged.
an opportunity for you to expand, you can't
Yeah.
because then everybody else is gonna be looking like, oh well, he fucked up on that. Why would I even
Yep.
like, you know what I mean? So
Yep.
you know how it goes. So it
It's
just be.
yeah. All right. What's the fourth one?
So the fourth one we got is Danny Myers versus Quban. Now, that's the only one rounder on this card. Everything is 3 rounds.
But what's the time limit though? Because that could still be crazy.
No,
Got
you know,
at least like a five. They're gonna give you
yeah,
at
at
least
least like
5 minutes
a
up
five to
there.
seven. Yeah, yeah, yeah. At
Oh,
least
okay,
5 minutes. You know,
okay.
like five. Yeah.
I'll tell you something funny about that. And some of these battlers is weird. You know what I'm saying? I literally had this multiple times. I had this situation one time with Goods and Charlie Clips for a 2-on-2.
Mhm.
This was before they ever did a 2-on-2 together. And there's some other battlers I had this debate with. Motherfuckers be willing to do a one rounder for 6 minutes, but don't want to book it for
Do
three
three
rounds,
minutes,
2 minutes. Yeah.
2 minutes, bro. And you know what the excuse be? No, because the way I chop in my rounds and edit it,
Yeah,
it
I
ain't
want to
going.
hear
Cause
that
I'm
shit.
man.
I'll be wanting
I
to
don't
hear
be
that
trying to
shit.
hear that shit, bro. Honestly.
Yeah, but nah, that was especially Danny. I didn't get a chance to see Cuban enough of his work. I know who he is, but I just haven't had a chance to see enough of his stuff.
Right, right,
Of
right.
course, Danny is he's one of our greats. So,
Yeah,
Danny with the opportunity to just go down the line like that for 5 or 7 minutes, that's a lot.
yeah.
That's a lot.
It's gonna be
That
crazy.
could be
It's gonna be crazy.
kind of crazy. That could be kind of crazy. How you put
And
that
he
one
better not
together?
go second. If Danny goes second, that's gonna be very bad. That could be
He's
deadly.
because he's been rebuttaling a lot lately.
Yes,
He's been
exactly.
freestyling a lot more lately, Danny. You know what I'm saying? So now that should be a real entertaining battle in the building. How you put that one together?
All right, it's funny because here we go back to talk about when we announce battles, and then
The
you know
whole
what I'm
card
saying.
then. Your
So
whole card got put together off of the GP of Bill and Raw.
pretty much facts. Pretty much facts. That's a bet. And you know what's crazy, bro? And we didn't even talk about it, like not to switch subjects, but this is Eazy The Block Captain's homecoming.
He's never battled in Philly before? Or it's been
Since
a
he
while. It's been a while.
since he's been like popping in the superstar status, he's never
Mm,
battled in Philly. So we
crazy.
getting Jazz energy coming. We getting Eazy's first homecoming. We getting the Bill Rosenberg. Like, you know what I mean? We got the great Danny coming down. So it's like, oh, like, you
And
know
I
what I mean?
seen you, and I seen you talking your shit too about